Hello, I'm Amy Blumendahl. This is AB Fit Prenatal Strength. This will be a 20-minute workout, 2 groups of 3 movements, 45 seconds each, 15 seconds rest. We'll go through each block 2 times with a bonus round at the very end. Equipment needed today are 1 or 2 sets of dumbbells. A resistance band is optional. We will have a substitute if you don't have a resistance band today. A chair or a bench for a seated option. And then a mat is optional and water nearby for breaks. This workout is designed for 2nd and 3rd trimester, but it really can be done with any stage of pregnancy with the right modifications. Let's get started with a warm-up. Body weight, gentle, ease into this workout. Let's go body weight squats. Lower and lift, whatever feels good for you and your body today. Range of motion can be deep if it feels good, wider stance if it feels good. Bring those knees out and toes out if it feels good for those hips or better for those hips. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's add those arms, reach down and out and up. One more. Good, let's inhale, reach vertical. Bring that stance back in, exhale, tiny little back bend, open up the chest and heart. Exhale, open, inhale, reach. One more. Good, let's march it out. If you need to bring those knees out wide, you can. Reach and pull with those arms vertical. A hand to opposite knee. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide stance here. Let's shift it left or right. However deep you want to go into this is fine. If this doesn't feel good on the pelvis, go ahead and go back to those squats. One more, left to right. Good. Let's step it back, reverse lunge, bring it back up. And if split stance doesn't feel good for your pelvis, we can reduce range of motion, so not go down as far. You can bring your stance in just a little bit, make it a little bit more narrow. Or we can do step together, squat. Step together, squat with a narrow stance. One more. Good. Hamstring curl, reach and pull with those arms. This warm-up is short. We're gonna keep it in that 20-minute window. So if you need a longer workout, just hit pause, take your time warming up, and hop back into the workout when you're ready. Here's 3, 2, and 1. All right, check it out. Grab a quick sip if you need it. Our first triple set is gonna be a reverse lunge and chop, so grab a dumbbell. You're always welcome to do this body weight if you don't want to add resistance, or if you're deloading towards the end of pregnancy, and if you want to go body weight, you can. So reverse lunge, chop across, and if that rotation isn't very big, that's okay. Just try your best to get that rotation towards that front leg. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We're going to do half on each side, so just over 20 seconds. Keep that front knee nice and strong. Don't let it drift left or right. Again, range of motion up to you. Drop that knee however far down you want, but make sure it's underneath the hip and shoulder. Hips are nice and stable. We want to rotate through that rib cage, through that thoracic spine. Switch sides. And if you want to keep the dumbbell high and just rotate left to right instead of it coming down to the hip, that's a good modifier if that belly is just getting a little bit too big. 3, 2, 1. Grab a second dumbbell. We're gonna find a bent over position here. Push those hips back. Bring those dumbbells underneath you. We're gonna do a seesaw row. So push and pull. Try to bring one up as you're lowering the other down. We're gonna go dumbbell to hip. Squeeze the shoulder blade, get some rotation. If you want to do just one at a time, you can do that alternating low row or narrow row. Good. Split stance if it feels better for your low back. If at any time that low back needs a little break, just stand it up. I'll show a resistance band option here if that bent over position doesn't feel good, if you want to be upright with a horizontal resistance with a band. I'll show that option next round. Here's 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go down to the floor. So bring it down to a low lunge, gently bring that knee down, come to kneel, and then hands and knees, tabletop position. We're gonna curl those toes under, engage the core, lift baby belly, and lift those knees off the floor. If you want to add some challenge to this, we can tap out with the feet, tap over to the other hand, tap the elbow, or tap the shoulder. All of those are great options. If you want to elevate this or incline it, that's a good option too. If you don't want to come to the floor, just bring those knees underneath you. And again, you can tap up. Engage that baby belly, engage that core, gently zip it up towards the middle. Engage and breathe at the same time. Pelvic floor is working, engaging, and you're breathing through it. 3, 2, 1. We got 30 seconds rest. Nice job. Make your way back vertical by reversing the steps. So come to one knee and lunge up. Seconds for a break. Now you've been through the 3 movements, you can adjust what you're lifting or resistance or variation. All right, 5 seconds. Set up your reverse lunge and chop. Let's go opposite leg first this time. Here we go. Inhale down, exhale up. So at the bottom, you want to do that engagement, engage the pelvic floor, exhale before you come back up and engage that core. We don't want to bear down or send pressure down or out to the midline. And reverse sides, other side. So take your time, 1 or 2 counts down, 1 or 2 counts up. If you're really learning how to connect to that pelvic floor and core and coordinate with the diaphragm breathing, take your time with this, keep it light. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor gently and up. Good, all right. Dumbbell or resistance band, low row. Set it up. So resistance band, loop it around something. Solid, 3, 2, 1. Find resistance on that fully extended position and then squeeze those elbows and back up. Nice job. Inhale, out, exhale, in. Or if you're in that bent over position, inhale down, exhale in. So on that inhale, that pelvic floor can start to release and relax. On that exhale, we're squeezing and lifting. Nice work. 3, 2, 1. Bear plank. And shoulder taps. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can come up to the knuckles if those wrists are giving you any trouble. If you don't want to hold that whole 45 seconds, sometimes it's better to kind of break it up into little pieces. So 10-second lift, 5-second lower, and then come up. You can repeat that 3 times. Add any movement that you want here. You can step it back, out, just like I showed you first round. If you want to stay in tabletop and add some movement, that definitely engages the core as well. You can also take this time to do any tabletop stretches that you like. Wag the tail, cat-cow, if you'd rather do that instead. There's a little bit lighter connection to the core, but it is still core work. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring yourself back up to vertical when you're ready. Take your time. All right, we're heading into our second triple set. We'll come back to those exercises at the very end, but we're gonna move on to RDL, Romanian deadlift with dumbbells. Push those hips back, squeeze it back up in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 45 seconds RDL. So we have more of a narrow stance here, about hip width. Dumbbells, stay really close to the body. If you need to go a little bit wider stance to accommodate baby belly, you can. More of a sumo deadlift. Pushing those hips back. And range of motion, again, is really dependent on how you're feeling today. So you can go down to about knee height or shallower. Push those hips back like you're pushing a door closed with your bum. Shoulders back and down. Eyes are looking towards the floor in front of you. Nice. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Find that chair that I had you grab. We're going seated shoulder raise. So you can either have straight arms or bent arms here. We're gonna go up to the side and then straight out in front. Here we go. If you want a bent arm, here's what that looks like. Elbows lead. We're keeping that 90-degree bend the whole time. You can do one arm at a time. If you need a little extra support behind you, just slide back into that seat. Use that backrest if you need it. Otherwise, stay close to the edge. I like to do seated upper body here for second and third trimester. It prevents extra pressure on that midline. Diastasis happens in 100% of pregnancies by the third trimester, so we're not trying to prevent it. It's going to happen, but it is good to kind of manage that intra-abdominal pressure. We don't want to put too much extra pressure upward. And rest. All right, we got core next. We're going to do Pallof press. Come back to your resistance band if you have it, or I'll show a dumbbell option here. So dumbbell resistance is coming from the side about chest height, and you're pressing out, resisting that rotational move. We'll switch at that halfway mark and go. Our dumbbell option here is a halo. So grab the dumbbell up and over the head and around, preventing motion in that midsection. And if we want to prevent any pushing forward of that rib cage, so keep slight engagement, keep that pelvis neutral and that baby bump engaged. Gentle baby hug. Switch sides for Pallof press. Big exhale, press. Inhale, bring it back up. So breathing as evenly as you can on these core movements. 3, 2, 1. All right, take a break, 30 seconds here. Romanian deadlift, let's set it up round 2 of this triple set. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Squeezing those glutes and hamstrings. Squeezing back up vertical. So second, third trimester is definitely not the time to try to max out or get a personal best or anything like that. We want to feel good and just support our body through this time. We don't need to push ourselves too hard. Moderate intensity strength training is just fine and what we want during this time. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Seated shoulder raise. If you want to do these standing, you certainly can. Just be very mindful about arching or pushing the rib cage forward. Keep it nice and tucked under. Here we go. Nice job. Inhale down, exhale up. Really connect to that pelvic floor. Awesome job. Second half of this interval. Nice and steady, looking good, feeling strong, nice work. Three, two, one. Pallof press or halo. Here we go in 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. Really turning on those core muscles, preventing rotation in that hip and torso. Arms are not working a ton. We are pressing forward and back, but it's the core that's preventing the movement. Let's go 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Awesome job, team. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, timer's turning off. Our bonus round here is gonna be 10 reps of everything we just did. We'll give you a little break here, quick sip of water. So 10 reps on your own time. So I'm not gonna be counting out loud. I don't want you to try to keep pace or slow down or speed up to match me. So I'm just gonna be kind of going through at a kind of a medium pace here, 1 to 2 counts up, 1 to 2 counts down. I'm not gonna be counting, but if you need to pause the video or anything to finish up your 10 reps of everything, go ahead and do that. I'll call out where I am in it. I'll cue what's next so you know what the order of everything is. It's 6 movements, the 6 that we just did. So we'll get started here in about 10 seconds, starting with reverse lunge chop. We got 10 reps. We'll do both sides, 10 reps. So grab that dumbbell. Reps each. Take your time, make sure they're good. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First side, 10 reps, reverse lunge chop. Good job. Awesome job here. At the end of that 10, switch sides. Breathe through it. Nice work. Next we have seesaw row or bent over row or resistance band row. When you're ready, moving on. Take your time, you don't need to catch up. 10 total. So if you're alternating sides, just 10 total, you don't have to do 10 each side. Find that neutral pelvis, so we don't want to be tucked under, we don't want to overarch. Find neutral. Awesome. You got bear plank next. Bear plank. So if you don't want to do shoulder taps or toe taps, you can just hold for 10 seconds. Just count it in your head. Engage core, lift baby belly gently, and bring it up. Breathe through it. Gently bring it down when you're ready. Take your time coming back up. No rush, don't make yourself dizzy. Romanian deadlift next. 3 to go. Nice work, team. Here we go. Two more exercises. You got seated shoulder raise. Nice work. Grab my seat. Here we go. Again, 10 total. You don't have to do 10 each forward and side. Take your time. Nice job. Pallof press or halo. Last one. Stay strong here, team. Should be feeling good. 10 total again. Nice job. Last one for me. All right, if you need to press pause, do that here. Finish up your reps and we'll cool down. Meet me back here when you're done. And if you're ready, let's start cooling down. Let's do some hip circles. Awesome job with prenatal strength. Fast and furious and effective. Great for at home, great for busy folks, which I know you are. Reverse it if you haven't yet. And center it back out. Let's do some arm circles, whatever variation you like here. It can be just shoulders, just elbows, full arm, whatever feels good. Reverse it. And bring both arms out in front. We're gonna open the book, rainbow up and over, and then reverse it. Keep those hips pointed forward. Try to rotate through that thoracic spine, that T-spine. And last one, other side, open. Really important to stay mobile through that thoracic spine. Will help optimize breathing. Will help be able to create space for baby once baby gets bigger and everything starts moving upward into that rib cage. One more. All right, let's go hamstrings, heels to the floor, toes up, and just sink those hips back and just lean it forward. You can pull those knees out as needed if you need to create a little bit more space in that lower pelvis area. And other side. And bring it back vertical. All right, one last big inhale up. Exhale, release down. Again, cool down was short. Try to do a little bit more mobility if you can, some hip shifts, some pelvic tilts, things like that, if you can throughout your day towards the end of pregnancy, and you'll be all set. This was Prenatal Strength Triplesets, AB Fit Prenatal Strength. Have a great one, everyone. Thank you so much. Subscribe below if you liked it and want to see more.